Hey, Rob.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
I was going to get to that.
I know, but just thought I'd say it now.
Why?
Because it's our St. Patrick's Day special. Cue theme song.
All right, Rob. Well, thanks for the premature ejaculation. Hey, Rob.
Yes?
What's your scariest Celtic monster?
There's more than one?
Yeah.
Okay. Name a couple.
A banshee.
Oh, that's Celtic. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Banshees are fucked up.
Banshees are fucked up. Fairies.
Fairies? Okay, the bad ones.
Well, or they're just like assholes.
Yeah. Okay.
There's more than leprechauns. That's all I was trying to say, Rob. So, happy St. Patrick's Day. I'm actually kind of buzzed. This is great.
You can always just edit out the beginning. And then
No, I won't.
Oh, okay.
I will not. Because everything that you do is golden, Rob.
It is very golden. Take notes.
Don't get carried away, though. So, guys, we promised we would bring you a holiday special, and here it is. My beer isn't quite green because I fucked up. But, it's still beer.
Yeah. Have fun with that beer.
I am.
Do you do the other stuff too, like the corned beef hash or whatever the hell?
It just seems like a lot of work, and my family's so weird. Like I told you, around New Year's, they do some bullshit with sauerkraut. I just don't get it.
Yeah.
We're not German, but Irish food? Nope. Next year when we get back to like Day of the Dead, we'll talk about my Mexican family and how they actually do make food that's traditionally Mexican. But anyway,
no, I would say like the only ones I knew of, isn't Loch Ness Monster one of them?
Scottish.
Oh, it is Scottish.
Yeah, I was even like, oh, we have Nessie, and I was like, no, that's Scottish.
Yeah,
it's not quite the same.
Okay.
So
well, yeah, I mean, I guess banshees, right?
Yeah,
they're pretty loud and like messed up and
stuff. So, surprisingly, I mean, you really showed me that there are some other horror films that are about, like, well, at least Ireland.
Yeah, all this. Yeah, the Irish don't, stray away from horror films. They've come out with some stuff. If anything, there's like one or two that actually takes place on the day, but there's some stuff out there that's just so under the radar. They don't get that Hollywood sort of treatment.
And I think we've all definitely seen sort of Irish or Celtic mythology weaved into horror films or television, but we just weren't quite aware of it. Like the Banshee, who was featured on Charmed.
Yes, that was a good episode.
And even an episode of Tiny Toon Adventures.
You remember a Banshee episode?
Yes, it was
I'll have to look that up.
Great. Don't I make a fine figure of a girl? But yeah, so I decided, let me, because you have the film market down pat, let me try to find some other stuff. And there actually are quite a few things. So we all know, well, maybe we don't, but so Bram Stoker, Crazy Irishman, he wrote Dracula. But, oh, yeah.
That's so
the Banshee.
Cool. The Banshee.
Oh,
I don't remember that episode.
So the way they defeated her, they had to get her to laugh.
Okay.
And when she laughed, she turned into this really hot babe. That's the line I just said.
Okay. That's funny.
Yeah, it was...
Okay.
Don't know why they did it. But anyway, so there's actually a vampire myth from Ireland, and the name is Deir Due. So Deir Due, it means red blood sucker, but it's a female demon that seduces men and drains them of their blood.
Jeez.
Yes. So that was the original. So I guess the story is her dad forced her into an arranged marriage with a rich man who treated her horribly, and she killed herself. But then she decided, you know what? I'm going to get back up. I'm going to come to the house, and I'm going to kill both of you. So she killed her father and her husband and sucked all their blood out. So, Deir Due. I'm trying to say it with the best accent I can. Also, the Headless Horseman.
Really?
Yes, the Dullahan is And so it translates to dark man. And he's portrayed in contemporary fantasy fiction as the Headless Horseman. And he has flaming eyes. When he stops writing, a human dies. It's very interesting. I don't understand what that means, but yeah. The Banshee. Now, the Banshee, I think they like took some liberties with her, you know, like, what was it on Charmed? Like, if she screamed, it would like make your blood explode or something?
Yeah, like, you know, like blood would come out of your ears, but it was basically just being, I don't know if they were being scared to death, but it was just kind of busting their eardrums and like, yeah, the head wouldn't explode, but I mean,
but it was like,
it would just lead to your...
It would kill, like,
yeah.
Or it would make them die.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So, I mean, she's more of a, like, so it says, Banshee is a female spirit whose wail, if heard outside of the house, foretells the death of one of its inhabitants. And just like the one on Tiny Toons, I don't know. I don't even remember what she was doing.
So the one on Charmed only attacked people who were like deeply hurting. So if they were completely sad or just in pain or grieving, that's how they
she was attracted to them.
Yeah, and then that's who they would pick. And then dogs apparently could sense them.
And it was only... Oh, right, because that was when Prue turned into a dog.
Yep.
And Phoebe was really hurting, so that's why, like, only a witch can turn into a banshee or something?
Well, yeah. I think one of the things is that either they go after witches. Oh, no. They were former witches. That's why she changed. All banshees were witches first.
Right.
Yeah, so that's what it was. So, yeah,
but
you're
like,
right.
Not just regular-ass human women.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, several versions of the Banshee legend say the feared ghost rode alongside the Dullahan in his black cart drawn by 6 black horses. I don't know why they would be together. That doesn't really seem like a duo.
Like, we're minorities, we're the only creatures out here, we gotta kick it.
I guess. But what do they do? Like, she screams and tells people someone's gonna die and he carries his head around. But when he stops, people die. I don't know. That's interesting. There's, I think in all cultures, or most cultures, there's always mythologies of like gods and goddesses. Well, here's a god from the underworld. And they even said that a lot of gods who were once worshipped suddenly became demons after Christianity came into play. See? It's bullshit. So Balor is the demonic god of death in Celtic mythology. He's got one eye and he's got one gigantic leg.
Oh, 1 out of 2
or is
gigantic
that like his
legs?
extra leg?
Oh, I don't know.
You know, like the third leg. The special third leg.
Ah, that's what they're calling it. Okay. All right.
Dirty.
1
Irish.
eye and 1 giant leg.
Oh no, I have a virus. That's unfortunate. Well, my phone is fucking up. Tell me about like one of your discoveries, Rob.
I told you about some of those other horror comedies like Boy Eats Girl. I mentioned that with Samantha Mumba, and then there's the Grabbers movie, which I have not seen yet, but I definitely want to check that out because it just sounds fun. Apparently this holiday is really associated with drinking. I guess that's an Irish thing, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. See, I'm not a big drinker, so this day really doesn't appeal to me as much.
Whatever, Rob.
I love wearing the green, though. Green's my favorite color, so...
Yeah, don't fuck up and show up to my party without green.
Oh, no, I will have my green set.
You better.
Yeah.
I love St. Patrick's Day. It is my second favorite holiday after Halloween. I like the whole green thing. I don't know. Maybe if I wasn't Irish, I wouldn't give a shit. But I like it. Another thing I noticed when I was looking at the Banshee, she is apparently sort of related to the myths of, like, you know, the White Lady or La Llorona, the crying woman. Because there's another myth where it's like she shows up and will like lead someone, you know, she'll like seduce them and lead them to their death. A man, always.
Yeah.
But that's like the white lady, I think. Remember the first episode of Supernatural? It's like she's sad, but she gets a unfaithful man to take her home, and then she kills him. And La Llorona, she's crying about her children, like she drowns them because she can't take care of them. It's like all these things in common.
Yeah.
So the Banshee didn't talk about kids or anything, but I thought that was interesting. How these are like different parts of the world, but they're similar.
Mm-hmm. They had a sci-fi show called Banshee. Do you think it was based on that? Do you remember? Have you ever heard of that? Or maybe it was on Netflix, or maybe it is on Netflix now.
Oh, like it was about a banshee?
I guess so. Yeah, I never watched it, but I wonder if it was the same thing.
I don't think I've ever heard of this. Like, ever. Doesn't sound familiar. Nope. Like I dug Tiny Toons out of, the dust, so I definitely didn't hear about this movie, or I would have talked about it.
Well, I did, you saw me, I rewatched the holidays segment of St. Patrick's Day. Yeah, that was a weird one.
That is I'll never forget that movie. I'll never forget it. It is a weird movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's some holidays that stick out, but that one I don't remember. But watching it again, I'm like, whoa.
They're all weird. I don't think I'll ever forget any of those stories. But the St. Patrick's Day movie was a strange little short film. I don't remember being scared, but I don't know why she gives birth to Danny Zuko's snake. I don't.
Yeah.
I know it's like, St. Patrick drove the snakes out of Ireland and blah, 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 but I just don't get it.
Yeah, that one was a little weird.
Yeah, it is.
But, man, what a creepy little girl, though.
The little girl was creepy, but she wasn't enough to be scary. Like, I can't credit, any sort of fear.
Well, it's just like when we had our, little kids are bad episode, we talked about how happy little kids are just the creepiest thing.
Yeah, she could have been a good reference.
Yeah. And then there's this movie that was on Horror Fest back in the day, and it was called Red Clover, and it starred Billy Zane. And he goes out with a cast of people and like try and destroy this like vengeful leprechaun. Now I watched the trailer and it didn't really look like a leprechaun to me. It looked like a very
demon.
Grown, like tall demon. But apparently it was a leprechaun in this story. So I have not seen that, but that was back in 2013. I would love it if somebody had seen this movie to report to us and let us know if it was good or bad or whatever. I know there's got to be somebody out there who's seen it, but yeah, there's that one. So I mean, they do have movies out there that kind of talk about the holiday, and it all seems to stem from this holiday being like a very cultish, like bad, like tradition.
Well, St. Patrick's Day, it's basically big for Irish people who celebrate their heritage, and they do all their traditions like eating, corned beef hash, and then everyone else just likes to put on green clothes and get wasted.
Yeah,
off of whiskey and Guinness. Just fine. It's great. I'm doing it right now, but it's also like, why do we do it? it's not really a holiday that contributes to anything. People like in Chicago, they will dye the river green. They have St. Patrick's Day parades everywhere. I saw in San Diego, I was there last weekend, they are going to have a parade, and it's I don't know, I'm not sure why so many people, and it crosses racial boundaries. Like, everyone will get into St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, the U.S. has really, incorporated it into their year, annual, holidays, and that's I guess it's just for an excuse to drink more.
I mean, it might as well be a federal holiday. Like, let me get paid. Paid to get drunk.
Yeah.
Well, let me get back to Baelor, the god of death. So I told you he had one eye and one leg. It's suspicious. But apparently if he stares at you with his one eye, it'll kill you. So he just keeps it closed. Because, he's the god of death. But he doesn't want to just be, like, tripping over everybody.
So how does he see?
I mean, I guess he doesn't. I don't know.
That third leg is, very censored. Heat, sound. It just detects. He can walk around with that.
It's like radar detection.
Yeah.
I see. Ooh, these names are hard to say. Sluach, Sluag. I don't know how to say it.
Was that 3 attempts or was that the name?
I don't know, Rob. I don't know.
It sounded like 3 names, or that was one long name.
So the Sluag are the dead Irish sinners. Again, we're getting back into religion, but so they're not like really demons, but they're scary creatures that hunt down souls. Don't know why they would do that. So I guess, if you're busy sinning in your everyday life, you're going to come back as this creepy spirit, and you're going to be malicious and evil. And they travel in groups, which is probably helpful. I know I wouldn't want to be alone. And they'll enter the house where someone is dying. Oh, okay, see, so all of these spirits work in conjunction. The banshee will, like, put out a call. They'll show up. She'll catch a cab with the headless horseman. It's all good.
It's like the mafia.
It really is. This is like the Celtic mafia, the Irish mafia.
Yeah.
There's also
too much.
You know too much. We have a witch. Can never go without a witch.
Of course.
Carmen is the Celtic goddess of evil magic, and she has 3 evil sons. Dub, which means darkness, Dolor, which means evil, and Den, which means violence. She's horrible. I mean, she does bullshit, like she curses crops and shit. She's terrible. There's a lot of... Yeah, I've never heard of any of these. The Celtic fire spitter, Corthanak. It's really hard. What does he do? Thought to be... Oh, I'm sorry. It's not a he. I'm so sorry.
Oh.
Oops.
That assumption there. That's...
Exactly.
It's not good.
Gender bias.
Yeah.
Thought by some to be the devil's mother, Carthanak is a demon that was fought off by Saint Patrick, when he banished the snakes out of Ireland. Huh. Well.
All right.
Well. Oh, this kind of reminds me of Moana. The evil fire spitter drowned in the ocean, leaving a swell behind that created the famous hawk swell. Because, it's like... What was her name?
Didn't watch.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I know.
Never mind. I won't say it. Well,
please, no. You can definitely say it. It's okay.
Moana's so good.
I will watch it one day.
Okay, so, he stole the heart of Tefiti, who was like the goddess of, like, basically like Mother Earth, and she, like, gave birth to the islands and greenery, and she went to sleep in that asshole, what's his name? The one that The Rock voiced. Anyway, he stole her heart, and she, like, died. She dried up. But then this other monster appeared, and it was... I don't remember that one's name. But it wanted the heart of Tefiti too.
Okay.
But at the end, Moana realized that they were the same. It was like this lava monster that came out of the ocean, but it was her. It was Tefiti, except, she didn't have her heart.
Oh.
So she forgot who she was. So Moana restored the heart of Tefiti, and... Yeah.
That sounds fun.
Mm-hmm. It's a good twist. See,
no, I haven't watched it yet. I do plan on watching it one day.
Well, I mean, I just, like, gave you the whole, like... I ruined it.
It's the journey.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yep. Evil fairies. It's all kinds of bullshit going on.
Did they incorporate the Irish culture in the fairies of True Blood? Or were they their own thing?
I don't remember that.
Yeah,
an
I don't
Irish
remember
thing.
that either.
I think they were just fairies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Yeah, usually I would wear my green, and then I would come home and watch Leprechaun
Every year.
every year.
Wow.
I haven't done it these past couple of years, but I would still acknowledge the movie somehow on social media or something. But yeah, Warwick Davis, he's like straight up pimp in this movie, rocking the shoes and all. Like, I love him. It's such a funny character.
He rode that shit until the wheels fell off. How many movies are there? Like 6?
There are 6 of them.
Except the last one does not involve him.
It doesn't? Are you talking about part 2 of Hood?
Oh, wait. No. So there's a 7th film that does not involve him.
It's an origin story, and it's separate from the series.
Right.
So they tried to start over. I was going to bring that up to you. Did you watch that?
No.
It's horrible.
I remember you saying it was horrible, but...
One of the worst movies I've ever seen.
Ooh.
It's really that bad. And you know me, the movie We Shall Not Name, because it was in the barrel, but it was done by the same people, WWE. You don't have to guess it because we're not talking about that anymore.
Yeah, but now I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Just say it and I'll cut it out.
No.
Oh. Okay.
But yeah, you didn't see the Leprechaun for one. You only saw a little camera just running through places. It might as well have just tagged it on like a RC racer and just drove that shit in the way.
Oh.
It was so bad. Like, maybe you saw a hand, but like every single death was done off camera. You did not see the Leprechaun one time. And it wasn't even a leprechaun. It was just like this small goblin-ish creature, I think, is what they tried to... It was just garbage. It was so bad, and I don't understand why this movie was like, oh, we got a hit. We're done. We solved everything. Like, this movie was not scary. All the characters we didn't care for. It was just so bad.
Oh. Yeah, I wonder why they did that. Well, I've seen... How many have I seen? I've seen 1, 2, skipped 3 and 4, and then I saw the first Leprechaun
3
in
is
the Hood.
so funny.
They go to space?
No, that's 4.
Oh, that's Vegas.
Oh, Vegas is so good. But I mean, you gotta like the series. That's the thing. You know what you're getting yourself into, and you just...
I just can't believe...
want to know what antics he's gonna get into now.
How did his little ass get into space? I just can't believe they
So-
were like... No, I'm saying like... Someone in a boardroom said, you know what? Let's send him to outer space.
Well, it's untapped territory. That's what they all do.
God, no. Candyman never went to space.
No, but his story was personal. But that's my thing. So like with this series, I actually had a theory that it was not the same leprechaun each time. They just all looked like each other, and they were different ones in each one.
I'll buy that.
Because the way that some of these movies started, it was like, how did you get in that situation? How did you end up here? And they never really
None of them were connected.
Yeah, they never mentioned any of the
except for like
previous
Leprechaun
ones.
in the Hood, that's kind of connected.
Yeah.
But not even then.
Part 3, I mean, I don't know if you remember how part 2 ended.
I remember part 2 where he's trying to get the girl pregnant.
Yeah. Well, he tried to, marry her. It was like one of those like...
Gross. I don't really remember how it ended, though, for his character. I know he died. But
yeah.
I don't know.
So the third one, like literally the first scene you see is a leprechaun that's stoned. Not stoned, but like made of stone.
Yeah.
And there's a medallion around his neck keeping him in that rock sort of state. And so it's like, how did you even get to Vegas? How are you put to stone? Like, what happened? I had a feeling, I was like, this is a different one. And so that's my theory, and I usually just kind of stick with that to explain all of the shenanigans that happen.
Or they're like, we don't give a shit. Let's just make a fucking movie. Warwick, you want to do another one? Great. Yeah. I don't think that there's any sort of sense or consistency or congruency.
Yeah. But Origins, what they really tried to do was make it a full-length like horror film. There was going to be no comedy, no shenanigans and stuff, and that's why I was really interested in watching it, but it just turned out to be the dumbest thing ever. It was just ridiculous.
You know what other movie? It's kind of like it references a lot of these creatures that we just talked about. Troll.
Really, I've never.
Well, because he turns one of the like everyone in the apartment building keeps getting turned into creatures.
Yeah.
he turns them into different creatures. And there's this the guy who plays the troll. I don't remember his name, but he was in Willow with Warwick Davis. He's the one with like the little goatee.
I love him. He's awesome.
Yeah. So he was living in the apartment building, and somehow he gets. I don't even know how he gets turned into it, but like the troll.
His name was Phil von Dacaro.
Yes, yeah. I believe so.
He was on Ghoulies. Part 2.
And he was in Bordello of Blood.
That's right, he sure was.
But yeah, he gets turned into like a little fairy or something.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know why. And then fucking Julia Louis-Dreyfus gets turned into a wood nymph.
You mentioned that she was in that. That's funny.
So, these things, they permeate horror. They show up everywhere. Sirens is more like a Greek thing, but I remember reading the Banshee thing, and it just reminded me of sirens. Because they yell and scream. I mean, sirens are more like singing, but what are you?
No, I was looking at his film history. He's been in some stuff.
Is he still alive?
He is still alive. Yeah. But he's been in some stuff. He obviously has a very close relationship with Full Moon Entertainment.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
okay.
There was one that I remember him from, and I'm just trying to look up the title of it. But I can't find it. It was one where it was like all the Universal creatures, but they were miniature, so it was like all like smaller versions of every single one, and he played the vampire.
I've never heard of this.
I'm trying to find the name. Oh, I can't. I hate that I can't find the name of it, but I think it was called like Little Creeps or something.
Little Creeps.
You never heard of this?
I have never heard of this.
Oh God. It's gonna take me a second to look it up, but
okay.
Yeah, he's done a couple of movies like that, and then he was also in the Halloween themed Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen movie. Do you remember that one?
With Cloris Leachman?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was in that one.
I remember. That's so random. I guess it's not that random. Of course I saw a Halloween movie when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Ooh. I just had a thought. So random. Can you think of any, like, creepy-ass Irish characters in movies? It's not like they were the villains, but like, what was that guy's name? Shaw from Jaws. He just had like, I don't know, he was just off.
Uh-huh.
Obviously he was there to help them kill the shark, but he was like too much for me.
I would have to really like do research on that one. I'm sure there are like characters that kind of fit the bill, but I don't know, like Leprechaun 2 had like that older guy who was just drunk all the time and wanted the quick cash, and he didn't care who he stepped on. He was just like a swindler. Like he just couldn't help himself, and so he like wished for all of his gold, and he gave it to him, but it appeared in his belly. So his belly just got expanded. Not only was the gold in there, but the pot was in there.
Damn.
Yeah, because he asked for the pot of gold, so he got the whole thing. And, like, you literally saw the shape of a pot of gold in his stomach. It was disgusting.
Ew.
But he was kind of, like, a very shifty person, and he was annoying.
I don't care for that. Oh, I remember. So you remember when they made James and the Giant Peach into a film?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, most of it was animated, but in the beginning, that guy with the eyeball who like ran up on him and was like, "Here, take these." He was kind of creepy for no reason.
Yeah.
His name Pete Postlethwaite or something. Ugh, God. Oh, damn! I just had a thought. Wait. Oh yeah, Changelings. Apparently they're Irish.
Oh, okay.
So like
the ones like from the Christmas Story.
No.
Oh, okay. Different.
Not
ones.
quite the same.
Okay.
I mean, it's like the same idea where it's like the kid is replaced by something, but it was fairies. Fairies would replace the babies with another fairy, but they looked really evil. These were like creepy, evil. They looked like little devils, and they talked about the devil replacing a child. So it was like the devil is a fairy. Very strange. But it reminded me of Labyrinth.
Oh,
So
yeah.
even though
That had
they're
a
goblins,
lot of
but it's like...
Yeah, there's a lot of mystical creatures in there. None of them are Irish, but...
No, but I mean, they're the ones who replace the baby, or they take the baby.
Yeah. No, that's true.
And there's the whole story. I don't know if I told you. Maurice Sendak, he wrote a story. I don't remember what it was called. I think it was like Ida and the Goblins or something, but... When Papa was away at sea and Mama in the arbor, Ida rocked the baby stiff, but never watched. And so then the goblins came and replaced the baby with a block of ice.
Jesus.
Yeah. And she's just like rocking the ice, but then she's like, this is an ice cube. So she has to go rescue her baby sister. And it's like the plot of Labyrinth. It really is. Like she finds that the goblins took the baby to become the Goblin King's bride. It's very, very funny.
That's interesting. I've never heard of that before.
I almost thought I talked about it at one point.
I'm sure you have.
I don't know.
We're almost at episode 50. I mean, unless we're listening to these over and over again.
I don't know.
Who knows? We cover a lot of stuff in our episodes, so...
It all fits.
Yes.
So what are you going to do tomorrow, Rob? I'm like all out of like horror stuff.
You are so funny.
Just tell me what you're going to do tomorrow.
Well, so tomorrow I am going to have some breakfast with Rigo.
Cute.
And then just kind of chill for the rest of the day. Well, not the rest of the day, but like for the afternoon, because then I have to work. And then, yeah, just probably like just hang out. And because again, I don't celebrate it. So it's just like, you know, I'll just wear my green. And I'll kick everybody in the ass who isn't wearing one. So
wow, that's not what you're supposed to do, Rob.
What? You're not supposed to do that?
Yeah,
oh, I've been getting it all wrong this whole time.
Rob.
What are you supposed to... No, I'm kidding.
So violent.
No, but yeah, I just have that shift tomorrow, and then yeah, if I have time, I'll go see a show or something.
Or you know, like come to a party that you were invited to, whatever.
Well, of course, I'm gonna go to the party afterwards. No, I'm definitely gonna make that as soon as we're let off. So as long as you guys are still up and kicking it, maybe I'll wait for Rich and he can just give me a ride.
Well, tomorrow I am doing some volunteer stuff.
Awesome.
In the morning, CZEJ, they're doing a walking tour of LA. I don't exactly know what's going to happen because this is the first time they're doing it, but they're going around different sites around like different historical murals. So I'll meet them in Grand Park and I'll wrap up with them at the California African American Museum.
Okay.
And then, yeah, I can say it. There's a surprise party for our friend Jasmine that we're throwing. She's not going to hear this. I don't think she'll hear it in time.
Yeah.
I'll post it after 3 o'clock just to be sure.
There you go.
But yeah, so we're doing that. And then I have to like, you know, tidy up a bit and welcome my guest who won't be showing up until, I don't know, 11.
Folks are going to show up.
People will, but it's like, I said,
know.
be it there at 9. And it's like, I said 9 because I would have said 8, but I was like, I might as well say 9. Otherwise, I'll just really be sitting there like looking at the clock, drinking myself silly, doing shots.
You got a nice little surprise though when you came home.
I did have a nice little surprise.
Yeah, that was cool, right?
It was cool.
Yeah, there you go.
I just want a party.
But I want it on Saturday.
Yeah, on Wednesday, Thursday night. No, I mean I got to go out last night. It was cool.
That's cool.
Well, I'm spent.
Okay.
I'm gonna go watch
I
Annihilation.
again wanted to watch more movies for this specific occasion. Just time just ran out, and I just did not have time. But I'd say that there's still a market out for this holiday. You've given plenty of creatures to explore to make them. So
Yep.
pick one at random, write a movie about it, get this holiday up in the horror genre because there's more stories to tell.
I'm sure there's a lot of other stories and books. The Green Mist.
I've never heard of this.
It's a story from an anthology book that I read when I was a kid. I don't even remember what the fuck happened, but it was a green mist.
Okay. Came out green. Jesus.
Killed somebody. I know that. Every story in that book did not end well. Per the usual.
What was the name of it? Do you remember?
I don't even remember the name of the book. I really wanted to find it. So I was like, I'll type in like different, because I can remember some of the story titles, but I can't remember the book. So doesn't show up anywhere. Even trying to search for it. I know what library I got it from in Fort Wayne, Indiana. But even when I try to search for it, it just doesn't come up. So I don't know what the fuck happened to that book. If someone checked it out and just never took it back and decided, you know what? I'm good with this $50 library fine. I'm not going to go pay it. I'm going to keep this book. You bastards. All right. Well, as always, thanks for tuning in. We appreciate your patronage. This beer is really making me burp. Yeah, I still love this holiday, and I'll probably always love it, even though, like, Irish people, you know, we're on some bullshit.
I'll probably have Leprechaun running around in the background at some point tomorrow. Just pass the time. Gotta pay homage to Warwick. We still love you.
I'll turn your ear into a boat.
That's what I remember.
Speaking of, our bitch Willie of the special, do you have one?
I mean, you know, we already talked about the short film of her giving birth to a snake. That's a whole bitch really in itself.
Right.
So, no, I don't have one.
Okay.
What
so
you got?
This one's not as heavy, but I find it to be kind of ridiculous and stupid of this character. So, the very first Leprechaun, Jennifer Aniston moves to this farmhouse with her dad from the city, and they needed a reason to remove all the adults from the film. So what do? The leprechaun is loose. He's running around. It's daytime, so he can't really reveal himself because it's not scary enough. But he hides in this tree where there's like a huge hole in it, and apparently big enough for a cat to fit in, because leprechaun mimics a cat's voice. It just starts meowing. And this lovable father, who is just in tune with nature all of a sudden, feels that compelled to help the cat, because apparently the cat's in danger. The way that it's meowing, he could read, you know, cat noises and could tell this cat was but this hole was pitch black. You couldn't see the cat. He decided to stick his hand in and try and rescue it, and then Leprechaun bit him.
Yeah.
And so this is how they took him out of the movie. He goes to the hospital. He gets a ride, I think, from one of the cops or something. I don't know.
One of the cops?
Yeah, just like a cop shows up. I mean, because I don't remember them taking them to the hospital. Did they take them to the hospital? Or
The only hospital scene I remember is when she goes to talk to the guy.
Exactly. Yeah. So my bitch really is like, why are you sticking your hand in places that you know nothing about? I mean, yeah, I get it. You want to save a cat, but do people really do that? Like, if they hear a cat meowing, do they really stick their hand in a hole not knowing what's in there?
You really have to love a cat. And even then, I'm not about to just reach and try to grab a strange animal that might have rabies or I don't know. And I'm allergic, so I'm not touching a fucking cat anyway.
I just thought it was very special of him to do that.
It's very special.
So, you know, he gets my bitch really of the week. I just did not get that. But hey, anything to get rid of the grown up, because we can't have him around. This is, you know, for the young adults. So
also, still salty about it. Jennifer Aniston, this was your first movie. It helped you start your career. Don't shit on the horror genre so much. Okay, boo? Just don't. Because look at you now.
I listened to a podcast of somebody who reviewed the movie, and they were saying, did Jennifer Aniston actually act in this movie, or was she just Jennifer Aniston? Playing Jennifer, like Rachel or something.
She's kind of always Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah.
And that's not me shitting on her.
No.
It's just, you know, she's not a character actor. She's always Jennifer Aniston. It's just she's in a different scenario, whether it's a comedy or it's a drama. She does more drama now. She's not a bad actress. She's just always
They have made a joke that this movie was her audition tape for her Friends, and that's how she got it.
Probably.
She moves away from the farmhouse, goes right back to the city to work for a coffee shop.
Probably. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm on my way to find a 5-leaf clover. Yes, 5-leaf clovers are more luck than a 4-leaf clover.
I didn't know there was a 5-leaf.
Neither did I, but there are.
Good luck finding one. You think there's one here in LA?
This non-green space? Maybe.
Maybe. That's where they're for, right? Just pop up in unexpected places.
I'm going to find it.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, Rob. I appreciate you.
Of course. Tune in next week where we will be talking about
international horror. Well, we'll talk more about international horror.
Yes.
We've pretty much done it like every week now.
I know. Yes, more on the international genre and a big focus on how it compares to all of the attempted U.S. remakes and just, appreciating those overseas folks for, giving it their all because they don't give a shit. They don't care about censoring, all that stuff. They'll gross you out with
Gross.
tons. Yeah. So look forward to talking about that with our special guests. So, yeah, tune in.
We'll catch you next time on Bitch, I Ain't Scared.